People could argue whatever they want. I got up here in the video recording hiccuped. I didn't do so good last night. There was a tremendous amount of people driving around looking for scraps. There's my probably, ooh, it broke. The glass tray inside broke. Probably my single heaviest item. That's a massive can bag there. They're only 20 cents a pound right now. I know I've heard of some places where it's almost 50 cents a pound. And a lot of scrap yards are and have been taking advantage of the fact of the current market conditions and are literally and practically stealing the scrap from the scrappers. They're paying like very low amounts, and I understand it costs more money to ship it by barge. I mean not by barge. Barges is the cheapest, then rail car is the second cheapest, and then trucking is the most expensive. So a lot of these places claim that their only transport is by truck. And that's very true if you're a small yard. You don't have barge line operations, and you have to ship your material by truck. That's going to cost. A little bit of copper here. So if the yard has to ship by truck and they don't have a shredder, those places almost always pay the least because they have to in order to stay in business. But some of these places, they have shredders and they ship the stuff out on a barge, and they're still paying low amounts. I mean, like really low amounts. They're just taking advantage of the scrapper, because they know when it comes down to it, scrap is the bottom dollar, and there are scrappers out there that will actually look for steel at a penny a pound. Okay, so no amount of money is too low. Matter of fact, some places actually don't even pay money for the scrap steel. They take it off your hands, and believe it or not, those places actually get scrap metal. People bring them steel, and they're getting it for free, and they pay next to nothing for aluminum, etc., and very low prices for copper, like 50 cents a pound, and people bring it to them. And then that would be the dream for me, to open a yard and pay nothing for the steel, and 50 cents a pound for copper. 10 cents for aluminum. That's what I would be paying. Well, because, you know, you figure I'd be a small operation, and, you know, You can lose your shirt doing this business. You could, in one day, you completely be wiped out. You're at the mercy of the market. One major downturn in the market, and if you're a small scrapyard, which in 2008 and 2009, actually like 2009, a lot of these scrapyards, they closed up operations forever. They stuck it out. They rode the market all the way down. They stayed in business for a few months into 2009, and then they gave up because you just couldn't exist. So, slowly, very slowly over time, the market kind of crawled its way back, never really becoming much of anything. Steel going from, about 35 bucks a ton, all the way down from a low of 25. It'd be about 35, 45, 55, sometimes getting all the way up to 70 bucks, but then dropping down again, into the $50 range. And that's here in Joliet. A lot of places, if they remained open, they were taking steel for free, giving you nothing for it. And they can get away with it because, well, those guys that bring the appliances to you from, the major retailers like Home Depot or Sears, etc. They bring it to you on a delivery truck. Well, those guys driving the delivery truck, they have to get rid of those so they can go back to the warehouse and get more new appliances. They take the old one. A lot of them don't take it for free. They charge a fee. So they get the fee and they get the scrap. And of course, charging the fee really helped when steel wasn't paying anything. Of course, they keep those policies in effect. So most of those places charge. They don't offer free removal. That's another scrap, beautiful day, I guess, with a lot of yapping. God, what a nice day. This is not much to find, over the holiday weekend. Didn't do so good. Kind of frustrated. I have a family to feed. A lot of these channels, people are doing this for shits and giggles. Unless you're mentally ill, you're not living off this. Oh, well, you're mentally ill there. Yeah, sure. I smell authority. When I say I smell authority, I mean cigarettes. Because people that smoke most likely are type A personalities. They always have their finger pointing. You ever give a person that smokes cigarettes orders? And they always go, they always have something to say back. I smell it, but I don't know where they are. I have like a I have like a polar bear nose for the odor of cigarette smoke. I could smell it for like blocks away. But it smelled fairly local, like within a couple 100 feet. My dad used to smoke, like chain smoke. The kind of cigarettes that didn't have the catalytic converter on there. You know, the Pall Mall Reds with no filter. The upper 2 inches of the wall in every room of the house, especially his, were like that. They were like almost yellow, like this truck. And at the very top edge, about the last like 1/3 of an inch or 1/2 of an inch, it was lighter. It was weird. It was like this corner part right here didn't get discoloration as much as like the next 3 inches, and then after that it like faded back into white. Which I always say, for the 20 years I lived there at home, from 0 to 20, I smoked for 20 years. First 20 years of my life, secondhand smoke. Riding around in Dad's car with the windows all rolled up. Why do smokers don't like the windows down? I'm talking about old line smokers. Nowadays, people that smoke, even in their own house, they don't go smoke in their own house. They step outside. Like, hey, you're not at work. You can smoke in your house. But I think people get into such a habit of stepping outside of whatever building they're in. They end up not smoking in their own home. I don't know. I don't have that habit. I never smoked a cigarette in my life. I don't need one. I had a dad that smoked all his life from the age 13 on, and I never understood. Like why? What do you need it for? You don't need it. What if you're stranded on an island somewhere? Like a chilly, rocky island. And you had no way to actually start a fire. So you could only eat cold fish. What would you be smoking? If you had no matches, no magnifying glass, nothing. Childhood fantasies. I want 5-year-old childhood fantasies. I wanted to kidnap my dad and bring him out into the middle of the desert where there was no access to anything that you could light something up with. He would have probably killed you. Handcuffed. His mouth bound and gagged. I think part of the reason why smokers annoy me a little bit is because I'm forced to breathe their air, okay? If they are smoking, even from... But you know what? They're not in my face. I could smell it. The smell bothers me, but I could ignore it too. I'm just making a video and making chit chat. Does it really bother me that much? No, I ignore it. Anyway, back to this. That's gross. I have my youngest daughter with me, and she's doing absolutely zero. Part of the problem is, well, I don't want to get into it on YouTube. Kingdom, you'd work a lot faster with two hands. No, probably one hand actually. I'm just making a video. I'm not really happy with the kind of scrap that I found. A lot of it's, you know, B or C grade level, like, meaning it's the kind of stuff that some scrap yards will like outright reject. Like there's some scrap yards that just won't accept some of the stuff that I found, like the Christmas tree and stuff like that, or like this case right here. 80% of the scrap yards will not take the case. 15% of the scrap yards will not take the aluminum cans. 90% of the scrap yards will give you a weight deduction for all that wood. Okay, see all the wood there? Of course, 100% of the scrap yards will take this copper, but about 80% of them will give you a weight deduction for the paint. It's about 50-50. How many scrap yards will take a Christmas tree? Half will, and the other half will not. So it is here at this warehouse where when you find like weird crap like this, that yes, all of it gets taken by somebody, but some places don't want some of it. And other places will take it. In other places, if you give them too much, then they'll give you a weight deduction. In other places, they don't care at all. So what do? It is here that you build your custom-made scrap cocktail. You make up your mind of what scrap yard you're going to go, and you load it accordingly. Some scrap yards will not even give you a weight deduction for the cardboard box, and other ones will. you see where, well, why pick up all that garbage in the first place? What am I going to find, if ever, if all that is out there ever is just garbage? Because most of the time, all that is out there is this crappy ass scrap. I mean, the lowest quality scrap is all I can find after doing this for years and years and years. I know I've had like people like Ian Matthews say, why don't you check the dumpsters? Well, here in Joliet, there are probably about over 3,000 people. That's right. Over 3,000 people looking for scraps in a town of about 157,000. That's a pretty good percentage. It's like 1.5% of the people are actively out there on any given day looking for crap. I would say that's a pretty high percentage. Then when you tell people that, they say, well, why don't you move? Okay, if you go and move into a new area that you have no idea about, there's going to be a huge learning curve, which could take quite a while. And during the educational process, you might be making much lower money than ever before. You don't know that. You could be making more. True. But my past life experience, that seems to be the case. So I guess the older you get, the more cautious you get. Because you learn from experience that this works, that doesn't work. Now for some people, they ask me this question: why do you seem to go out on non-garbage day? I get that question a lot. And they're like, you should go out on trash day. You're not going to find anything. you're going to actually find even less than Scrap and Pallet Man finds. In my area, you will find nothing, and the only reason why Scrap and Pallet Man finds anything there is because the competition is a little less in his area, and the reason why is because the scrap yards in his area don't pay anything near $200 a ton, like mine. Okay, so if his scrapyard was paying $200 a ton, I can guarantee you, okay, on a stack of Bibles, as many that were ever printed in all of humanity, that's a lot. I could swear on every last printed Bible that guy would find nothing. Doing it the way he does it now, he would find nothing, or just about nothing. He might find a vacuum cleaner minus the wire. Okay? That's it. My life experience tells me so. Been doing this since I was 5 years old. Well, you sure haven't gotten very far, Kingdom, have you? No, I haven't. I'm living, see, people that get further, I don't know, they have credit. They're usually not living off of the money. They're living at mom's house, or so, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. People believe in them and will borrow them money. You'd be a fool to borrow me money because I would never pay it back. Not because I'm a jerk. Yes, you are. No, because do you ever get like money in your pocket, and then after it's been in your pocket for a while, it no longer is somebody else's money, but it's your money? Even if you're collecting it for somebody else. Say somebody gives you $400 and you're collecting it on the behalf of somebody else, and if the money sits in your wallet long enough, it ends up becoming, quote, yours. Not really, you know that it's not yours, okay, and you wouldn't claim it as yours, but I would end up dipping into it and take $10 or $15 out for gas and $4 out for McDonald's, okay, because I'm not eating ramen noodles. You need something to cook that in. You need a lot of time. No, you don't. You need to sit down at home. You need to park the truck. You need to climb out of the truck. You need to walk into the house. You need to wash your hands. You need to get a bowl out. You need to unpack the ramen noodles. By the time all is said and done, you could blow a half an hour trying to eat that garbage, which is actually fattening. Ramen noodles are kind of high in calories. Not really good for you. With all the garbage I eat, my blood sugar and my heart rate and my blood pressure are actually lower than my children. Which I find amazing. Shouldn't it be the other way around? Well, that still works. Too bad people around us never exercise. Thing doesn't even look like it was used. Does it have batteries? Oh, lost it. There's a watch battery in there. cut the wires off. Nah, it ain't worth it. Man, this is some slim pickings. Look at that. How long ago was it when I found that yellow piece of junk? Or that water heater that's over there. That was a while ago. Alright, now I'm getting aggravated. See you in the next video.